we know that if you are here, it is divinely ordained. It's not an accident at all. And we want to welcome you and acknowledge you in creating your own empire, whatever that looks like for you. And so this is going to be a really special time. You are going to have some big awarenesses, some big ahas, some big epiphanies for yourself over the course of this next hour, in terms of what's currently limiting you for building your empire, what your vision is, how to clear anything that's standing in your way, and then how to really take action towards that dream life, dream business. And we'll talk more about what an empire means today, because I think it's a little bit of a different definition for everyone. And we also are going to create some space and time to talk through the Empire Mastermind, which we're officially now opening up for enrollment. We already have about a third of our seats filled. But if you are interested, now is the time. And so we're here to talk about it. We're here to answer questions. I will do a brief introduction to myself, and then I have two of the most phenomenal women on the planet who I am so honored to be able to co-facilitate this with. Thank you so much, Michelle, for sharing that in the chat. So if we have not met, my name is Elyse Archer. I'm the founder and CEO of She Sells and Superhuman Selling. I'm a mama of three, and I love, love, love nothing more than helping women quantum leap their businesses, make a lot more money, clear anything standing in the way of the abundance that they desire, whether they are a founder, a CEO, a sales leader and executive, and quantum leap the rest of their lives as well. I truly believe that we can be, do, and have anything that we desire. And it's time to release a lot of the conventional rules we've been taught about you can't be a mom and have a multi-million-dollar business, or you can't quantum leap and 10x your income just like that if you don't want to. Like, all of it is BS, ladies. I'm here to tell you. So love, love, love supporting women in truly quantum leaping. I want to turn it over to Michelle to introduce herself next, who is one of the co-founders of the Empire.
Hello, lovely ladies. It's so good to see all of you. Okay, so my name is Michelle Chalfant, and I own the Michelle Chalfant Company. So I help not just women, I also help some men, but mostly women really work with their inner world, their inner self. I have two facets to the company that I own. So I have a coaching program and a coaching certification, but I also have a whole other arm of this company where I just deep dive into emotional, I was going to say emotional health care. Into the emotional side of things for people that might not even want to be in business. But one of the things that I love doing when the three of us came together and forming the Empire Mastermind is really working with women that are in leadership, like Elyse said, in management, in that are on entrepreneurs, anything like this. Because what we have found is that we may know the wealth, we may understand the energetics of things, but if we can't hold it emotionally speaking, when those blocks come up, what happens? And that is where I come in. People have called me the emotional alchemist, which I actually love. I think I might
Oh,
claim
that's
that.
great.
Yeah, I love that. Isn't that fun? So, as an emotional alchemist, I get in there and help you hold your wealth consciousness at the higher level. I help you to break through the ceiling, help you to break through. I always see an igloo, like we're in this little igloo, like this is my comfort zone. We blast it through, but you have to learn how to hold that. That is where I come in and help you to clear away all of the limiting beliefs that you have in order to help you to hold that state. So, that's what I do. Jessica Papineau.
Yes. Hello, everyone. I'm so happy to see all these beautiful faces. I am Jessica Papineau. I am the owner and founder of CSJ Styling. So I am a styling company, but I also, the biggest thing that I do is I help high performing women to step into their full power with embodiment. So
Hmm.
really having their exterior presence, how they're walking in a room, how they're physically presenting themselves, to be in full alignment with all the power that they have within them, with all of their gifts, that their God-given gifts they were born with, to really be able to magnetize in everything they desire, but also to magnetize in everyone that they are meant to serve in their lives that they are meant to serve. And so the company CSJ Styling, I have had this company since 20 February 14 of 2019, and it has evolved. So, now I am currently mostly working with entrepreneurial women, but also women that really have woken up, right? Have woken up,
Mhm.
have made a decision that there is something more out there for them, right? That they're ready to fully step in and embody every piece of who they are, of every iteration of who they've been, to claim all their parts, as Michelle would say, and to go out there into the world and receive everything that they are meant to receive um, with full arms open and ready.
I love it.
I do have a full studio boutique here in my home, actually, and most of my clients are virtual. And we send style boxes to them, and throughout our calls, we do this amazing embodiment work.
I love it. Jessica, you said something important there, which was magnetize.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that I'm just curious, drop a one in the chat if you were taught at some point that success had to be really hard and that it was going to be hard work, grueling, that you were going to have to sacrifice and decide between like being a mom or having peak
Mm.
health and creating financial success, business success, whatever that looks like for you. Monica's saying the grind, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is one of the biggest shifts that we see women creating in the empire, and that all three of us collectively um, aim to do with our clients, which is helping you move from a place of feeling like success is hard or a grind, like Monica said, to crystallizing your vision and then allowing it to come to you, which each of us has had our own personal journey there. We're not going to go into it today. We don't have time for all of that today. But it really is about magnetizing the success you desire. Michelle, you are on like another level of energy today. We were having fun talking about that before our call. And I would love if
Mm-hmm.
you want to take a minute and share. I think it would be healthy and helpful. So Cherie is here, who is one of our alums of the first cohort of the Empire. So shout out to you, Cherie. We're so happy to have you. But for women here who aren't yet familiar with the Empire, with what it is, with why we created it, and why you think, you were saying before this call that um, you think there's nothing like it out there. And
Yeah.
I want to show this too before you do that part. We gave out, Michelle got these
Mm.
candles ordered at a retreat we did, I think 2 weekends ago now, which was so beautiful. But I'd love for Michelle, I'd love for you to share that. And ladies, as Michelle is speaking, I'd love for you to start really thinking about what is my empire as I think about this next chapter of my life, my business going into the second half of the year, or even thinking into 2027. If you could create anything you wanted, if you could build your own empire, no apologies, fully expressed, fully taking up space, what would that look like? And Michelle's going to speak a little bit about what
Mm-hmm.
it means to you and why you think this is so important now.
Yeah, it hit me this morning when I was actually thinking about this phone call or this Zoom call today. I thought, wow, this is such a unique combo platter that we have here. And I know when I was growing my company, there was nothing like this out there, and there still isn't to this day because I've actually looked. And my company, I wanted to grow my company, and I hired a consultant. It was so unbelievably expensive, and it didn't give me what I was looking for. I thought, well,
Mm,
what didn't it give me? And I was like, well, we talked about marketing, we talked about this and that. What I realized is actually a lot of what we talked about when we were together a couple of weeks ago. It was the coherence that I needed. It was the ability. I wanted someone to actually see me and my potential and help me get there. Because I got to tell you, I couldn't see myself. I couldn't see even where I was going. I had an idea like this would be fun and cool to go here. And when I started getting around people that could see things about me that I couldn't even see, That is what changed everything for me. So I
Mm,
realized there's such a power in being around other people that are already holding this vision, that have already gained their wealth, that have already scaled. When
mhm,
you're in that type of circle, you start to
mhm,
elevate. Your energetic, coherent state starts to change. So for
mhm.
me, Monica, I love that you wrote that. I did it the grind way, and we called it, Jessica, what did I say? The lone wolf. Like, I'll just do it all on
Oh,
my
yes.
own, right? I'm going to do it on my own. I
Yeah.
will figure it out. Blah blah blah. All the things. I read all the scaling books. I hired a consultant. I hired this other person, and I was like, okay, I got it. Everything's good. No, until the three of us have come together. And I even noticed that being with these two, when we are together, it's like volcanic energy. It's like, oh, there's Cherie, like there's this energy that starts coming through, and it's like, what is going on? That's the coherent state. And it's
Yeah.
so wild to be in the presence of these people and to have someone like Elyse, who talks all about wealth consciousness, the energetics of that. And by the way, we can all talk about the energy of this. That's great. Elyse takes it to another level. What I have found is, because I have worked with my clients on this for 3 decades, like, how do you get up here? How do you go to that next level? You got to know what's your capacity, break through those ceilings, all of that. Then you got to learn how to hold it. That's where I come in. If you have limiting beliefs in the way, they're going to drag you back down. If you're not in a circle with people that are vibrating and have that coherent state that's way out here, that's higher, you're going to fall back down again. It's like an anchor. So when I come in and then I do this emotional work with you and allow you to elevate to that level that we all see you, it's a game changer. And then Jessica comes in and then she helps you to embody that exact person that you might not even know. I'm going to say you probably don't know who that even is. So to be in a room with people that are able to actually see you and see the parts of you that you can't see, to not only elevate that, but then to clear it out of the way and to help you to anchor it and ground it in. Again, you guys, I have not seen this. This just gets me excited. This is not even selling it. I'm like, what? Like, this is crazy that we get to do this. And we have so much fun doing it. But yeah, it's such a powerful triad. And for those of you that weren't here in December when we launched the first round of this, the three of us came together. We didn't plan this. We feel like this was a divine appointment. We did a
Mhm.
podcast together, a live podcast. We didn't even know each other all that well. We'd known each other off and on for about a year or so. We sat together in a room together in Orlando, Florida. It was electric. And we all looked at each other, the three of us. We said, what is this? And we all had these downloads like, we're going to help people do something. What is it? And it just sort of pieced, how long did it take us? About a year. It cobbled together about a year it took us. And then all of a sudden, here we are. And we love it and we get it. We understand why we're doing this work. We are so elated to help women elevate and escalate to that next level and then some. And we have the ability to do it. We've already done it and we're doing it again. So that's why we're here today. We're so
Oh,
excited.
fire,
Yeah.
fire, fire,
I
fire.
know I'm getting sweaty because it's so much
Yes,
energy
you are.
coming
I'm
through.
getting sweaty. I feel your heat from over here.
It's the fire horse. It's like I'm on fire over here. Fire horse energy. Yeah.
Jess, would you speak to who this group is for? Like who is
Yeah.
the woman who the empire is for, from how you see it? And ladies, I want you to know too, so we're laying some stuff out there for you today. This is
Mhm.
interactive though. So if you have questions as we go, I want you to drop them in the chat. We'll also have time for you to raise your hand and ask a question.
Yeah.
So just know we're not going to talk at you the whole hour, but I want to kind of lay the foundation. Then we're going to do some visioning collectively together. But if you do have questions or even just ahas as Jessica's talking or Michelle's talking or I'm talking, pop them in the chat. We're here for you. Like we're here to serve you. We want to
Mhm.
hear from you what's showing up. So,
Mhm.
Jessica, who is the
Yeah.
empire for? Who's the woman
I'm
who's
just I feel into that woman every day. Like I wake up in the morning and think about her, like how we serve her in such a powerful way. And she's that woman that has woken up, as I mentioned
Mhm.
before. It's she's the woman who has lived a whole life of perhaps doing what she thinks she should be doing. Perhaps she has, grown up in such a way that um, she's had these goals and definition of what she thought success was. And then she woke up one morning and thought, wait a second, is any of this actually what I wanted? Is this
Mm.
actually what success means to me? And she's even questioned her belief system. She even has
Mm.
like taken that pause and thought, actually, what do I want? Not what does everybody else around me want? What do I want? What do I actually desire? And maybe even who am I? Like, who am I now? Like, I feel like I have you ever felt like there's like that little bit of like whisper or like someone's tapping you on the shoulder? I don't know if you've ever felt this way, but I remember when I first felt that way, where it was like I had to like look behind me. Is somebody there? Or what's happening? I feel like there's, this energy around me that's telling me there's more out there for me. And she's the woman that has perhaps felt like different in her life. Maybe she felt like she was the one that wasn't chosen,
Mm.
that
Mm.
was maybe a little bit different, that maybe has a uniqueness that maybe she doesn't fully reveal because she feels like perhaps the people in her world wouldn't even know how to accept her in that way. And she is the woman that is fully prepared and ready to step in to the highest, best, truest, most authentic version of who she is in all her power, and to have the ability to not only share that with the world in a powerful way so that she can live a fully purpose-driven life, but that she can actually step in and experience full joy. And
Mm.
perhaps it's for the first time. And perhaps she's the woman who looks in the mirror and she says, I know there's more, but I can't fully see myself. And I'm scared to be seen, but I really want to.
Mm.
So good.
I love that.
It's so good. It's so good. I think you have a beautiful way of, and I shared this with you in a text the other day, like really connecting with women and helping them see themselves in their highest light, which Michelle, you were mentioning that before about one of the things Jessica does for the women within the group.
Mhm.
And Michelle, your ability to clear away whatever would get in the way of a woman sustaining her success and holding it and feeling safe in it. Like
Mhm.
it's another level. I want to create a space for each of you on this call to really think about your vision for a minute and to think about if there were no consequences, no limitations, you could have it anyway, what would you love? And Michelle, Jessica, I don't know if either of you has great journaling music. I think like 3 minutes of journaling. Maybe we can, we can tee up. As you can tell, we work very organically. I did not say, I didn't say that. Michelle always has amazing music. So,
Let me just say, I will do
but
mine, not Jessica's.
yeah. But here, I was thinking about, I think it's really important. I had a client the other day ask me, what is the biggest factor in your success? At least, like, what's the biggest thing that has helped you quantum leap? And to me, it's being in the energy of other people who have done what I want to do. Like the AI can't replace that, right? It doesn't like that's great. There's wonderful tools out there, but being in the energy of a woman or women who have created the level of success that you desire, who have overcome things that maybe you're getting to overcome, to me, that is the greatest transformation. And what I want to share with you before you go into your vision is that nothing is too big. And the three of us, exist to collectively hold space for you around that. So I want to shout out just really quick. Let me see what say. Just live like a woman, feel like I am the man of the house, even though I have a husband. Oh, look at that. Live like there's something. So is it an Anupama? Am I saying that right? Um, to learn to live in your feminine energy is a real thing. I tell you what, I mean, especially if you're a founder, a CEO, a business leader, we have been taught that to be successful and safe, we have to be in our masculine. And I want to shout out both Jessica and Michelle and have each of you think about some of just like your one or two like top accolades or credentials, just 'cause I don't think everyone in here has been in all of our spaces. So I want women to know like who are you being coached or mentored by in here as well. But we have been taught we have to be so in our masculine, and to learn to create success the feminine way is a very different approach. So we appreciate masculine energy, we use it, we leverage it, and you'll want to do that to create your vision. But you will, I remember having a mentor once tell me, you will never quantum leap from the masculine because it's too logical and linear. You've got to learn how to be in your feminine to quantum leap. And as you think about your vision, I'm just thinking about really quick on my own journey, going from a woman who was stuck at the same income level for over 10 years, plateaued, struggling with panic attacks, eating disorder, anxiety, to 10xing in 6 weeks. And it's what we teach. It's my part of what I teach the women in the Empire Mastermind now, and being privileged to work with literally billionaires, top 10 podcasters, New York Times bestselling authors on their business, their growth, their sales approach. We want to show you that anything is possible for you, and building a multi-million-dollar business while raising 3 little kids. Michelle, who has a podcast that has what, 10 million plus downloads on
11.
it. I mean, you got to, how many is it?
11 million.
11 million downloads on her podcast. Your book published by Penguin Random House, right? Am I getting that right?
You got
What
it.
else? Give me, because again, I mean, this is not like this is about you. It's not about us, but I want you to know the energy that you're being mentored
Yeah.
by and what's possible as you think about your vision. I want you to expand it as Michelle and Jessica talk about what they've created in their lives, just really quick, and then we'll have the women do some visioning.
Yeah. You're
Yeah.
asking what else I'm doing?
Yeah. I mean,
Coaching
talk about the
programs.
women
I
who
have
have
a
that, right?
coaching
Yeah.
certification program. I've taught 10 since 2020. Master training program, membership. Yeah. When people hear all the things, they go, "What? You got a lot going on." I'm like, and it feels like play. It doesn't feel like work at all by any means. It does not. I create guided meditations. I do small group, very intensive retreats, and live events all over the country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Jessica, you've created one of the coolest, most successful styling businesses out there. You've been on some of the biggest stages, I think, in our space over the past few years. You've got a 7-figure business. You've built a really cool, unique business model. You're doing it. I mean, both of you are moms as well who do this. So anything else that um, that you think you want to shout out or share
I'm
with the
like, what are
ladies?
all the
Again,
things? What
we're
are,
helping them expand their vision here. This is what I want to
yes,
do. It's we
yeah.
are merely trying to be mirrors of what is possible and what's available to you. If you're going to be in this space, we want to help you create whatever that level of success is for you too. Go ahead, Jess.
Mm, oh gosh. I mean, not only do I have, a styling company, I've created something that's so unique and that other stylists kind of look at and they go, "What the heck is she doing?" As far as like I also coach women in business, how to build businesses, how to fully embody their power and build businesses. The business is so organically grown, and I think, when we're in full embodiment, we attract in women or people that we're meant to serve. And so a lot of the what I've created in my company really is me being available for the opportunities that come my way. I will never forget because my one of my first speaking opportunities, Elyse, was with you. And I embodied that I was a speaker. I remember going to an event. Gosh, it was about 4.5 years ago. And I decided to go to this event where I knew no one. And I decided before I went that I was a keynote speaker and an author, as well as owning a fashion styling company. And I literally walked into the room with my VIP ticket, but I walked into the room as if I was ready to walk on the stage. And everyone there thought I was a speaker. Even the last night, the VIP night, everyone said, "Oh my gosh, I loved your keynote. It was so good." I'm like, what is happening? And that's when it was born that I became a keynote speaker and going on all these podcasts and creating my own podcast. And mentoring other women and helping them to like double their income in 6 months. And it's interesting because, I'm a girl that I grew up living off the land in the backwoods of Maine with no electricity, no running water. I had an outhouse. My job from the time I was like 6 or 7 years old. I know this is going to sound wildly crazy, you guys, but I used to take out a pee potty that my family peed in all night. So you talk about like a girl that like didn't have all of the things, you would think, well, how the heck would she have opportunity?
Mm,
Right? And so, the biggest thing that I teach women how to do is how to really discover those opportunities and start saying yes to themselves, start choosing themselves, and
mhm,
start making decisions where they're saying yes and they're doing things even before maybe they think they're prepared, right? And so, I think some of the biggest things that we do collectively, the three of us, which, before I met the two of you, I didn't even know that it was possible to know other women that were in the type of energy that I was in. And so
mm,
being in your energy, just being, one of the leaders and co-founders of the Empire Mastermind has amplified the serving that I can do with my clients. Because
mm,
when you can take your vision, and I have a very big vision. I mean, my imagination is my superpower. But then I met Elyse and she like blew it up. I was like, I think the way that I described it was we blew the top off. We blew the top off. And then, Michelle with having this ability to really teach us how to excavate
mm,
all of the limiting beliefs that we may have. And in the work that I do, I'm all about like, let's remember who we are and get back to her and then claim all those parts of
mm,
ourselves. But without Michelle, how could we possibly release those
mm.
patterns and those things that are
Mm.
holding us back for everything that we really truly desire? So I guess I don't know if I fully answered your question,
It was, here's
but
what I know. Whatever's meant to come out is going to come out. That's how this works. This is so good. That's perfect. That's exactly what everyone needed. Maybe 3 minutes to invite you to think about if, and I would have you think about it this way. I shared it with Cindy. I think you were maybe on this call earlier this week, where I was talking with some of our consultants about a glow up that I'm doing in my own life, which is really fun. And the prompt was, if my life were unrecognizable in 12 months, what would it look like? Now you're going to
Mm.
keep all the good parts, but I want you to think about everything else that you would love to evolve or change. Like, do you see yourself like going to the Met Gala? Do you see yourself writing a New York Times best-selling book? Do you see yourself running a multi-million dollar company? I want you to really go big vision. If my
Mhm.
life were unrecognizable in the next 12 months, what would happen? Think about all the categories: business and career, financial, health, relationships, spirituality. Go there. So, anyone want to share what showed up for you with that? Do you want to share like one thing from your vision with the group?
Mm, I don't even know which one I want to share first. Oh, I'll do
Mm,
emotionally is what I said, 'cause I think that's the growth area because it's
yeah.
pushing past your own resistance to getting what you want. But I said unapologetically, fully self-expressed, lifting my voice, lifting the voices of others, amplifying inclusion, collaboration, unafraid to call out hate, challenge on improving human dynamics at work and in other places.
Mm.
Wow, wow, wow. Love
Hmm.
that. I want to give Cherie a shout out. I'm going to totally put you on the spot because that's just what we do here.
Yes.
Make her uncomfortable.
Cherie is like you are one of the most committed women I've ever. I think it's amazing. It's so good. And you joined the first cohort of the Empire, and you were with us a couple of weeks ago in Charlotte, which was so beautiful, near Michelle's home at our retreat that we did. And the way that you have grown and evolved and elevated your voice and the impact, the level of impact you're making in the world, your level of self-awareness. It's beautiful. And so I just want to recognize you and totally put you on the spot. Cherie texted us, was like, "Can I come on?" We said, "Yes, come be here, come hang out." So we're so happy to
Thank
have
you.
you. Yeah. Does anyone else want to share? Dr. Christie, I feel like I want to hear from you, if you don't mind. One that you knew it, didn't you? You could tell. Just one thing from your vision.
Um, oh my gosh, so much. Um, so I think I shared with you a couple months ago, you had a live call, I
Yeah.
think back in May.
Mhm.
Um, so I'm trained as a naturopathic doctor. I do functional medicine. I've been doing that for 20 years. And I've been doing a lot of professional coaching, but also personal coaching as a coachee, being coached by other um, doctors that have now gotten out of practice and they're now leading other healthcare professionals, as well as some other non-doctor coaches. And so I love coaching. I love personal development. I also follow Dr. Joe Dispenza, and I think that's how somehow there was that correlation or that synchronicity between, I think, Elyse and I. So one of the things I wrote down, um, she's she's really stepped into that version of her. I loved what all of you have said, and I'm resonating with all of your stories and your messages. And Jessica, you were saying something about like really, really being seen for who you are, like that core soul, that fulfilling that soul
Mhm.
purpose, but also who
Mhm.
you really are, but also stepping into this version that wants to be seen, but is afraid to be fully seen. It's like what you want the most, and it's what I want the most. And I want to speak on stages and relaunch a podcast that I had a couple years ago. So there's a lot of things that I want to let go of. And I know I've gone through this work over many, many years. And I had a little bit of a challenging setback a couple years ago. So I'm in this rebuilding phase, kind of like this. I kept seeing like fire, like the phoenix when I was hearing the music that you were playing, Michelle. It's beautiful. I don't know what song that is, but like a burning down of how
Mhm.
you used
Ooh.
to do things and how you used to be and your old patterns and your old stress reactions. And so really kind of burning that away and then just evolving into this beautiful, beautiful new bird, so to speak.
Ah,
But yeah, I mean, really just and really being happy, like really being happy, not pretend happy, not Facebook happy or Instagram happy, but
Mhm.
really, really happy and really at peace with everything that happened as it was supposed to, kind of like that unfolding process and that divine orchestration, even if it feels painful in the moment, just going
oh,
through that difficult time so that you can rebuild and become that version who you always were, but even better.
yeah.
Mm.
I love this so much. May I jump in for a second?
Please. Yeah. Yeah.
There's a phrase that I keep saying, which is burn it down.
Mhm.
And I can't believe you said the phoenix. I said, I don't have any tattoos on my body, but I wouldn't mind getting a phoenix that rises out
Oh
of the
my
ashes. I swear. I was like, you're speaking my love language right there. Like,
God.
because that you brought up such great points there. You know, we can't take the old version of self into the new version. You have to, it's like that old us, the old you has to die and crumble down and become the ashes. And then the new you rises up. So you said it beautifully, I have to say. Really, truly. And I find that in working with people, they're afraid to let go of who they've been. It's like we're burning that down. Like you got to let that go so you can rise into the new you because the old you might have fears, might have limitations, might have blocks, and the new you doesn't. So I love that you said that. It was beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hmm.
This is something that came up when we led our last retreat a couple of weeks ago, and there's going to be three retreats coming up for this upcoming group, which we'll tell you all about in a minute here. But first of all, it was funny because we felt this fire energy at the
Mhm.
retreat the three of us were doing an intention setting. We literally felt it in our palms. But when you're building an empire, you don't I want to say you don't want to scale the wrong thing. Not that there's ever wrong, but our approach to coming in and building an empire is that we want to help you clarify like the fullest expression of who you really are, who you came here on this planet to be.
Mhm.
An empire is about magnification, amplification, more expansion, right? Which is beautiful. So, what we found, and part of why we're moving the group from 6 months to 12 months, is that there's often a period where, okay, we got to release what no longer serves, right? Like, let's clear, let's cleanse. It's the limiting beliefs, it's the small thinking, it's the client contracts that are smaller than what you would really love. Maybe it's an outdated relationship, living situation, whatever it is, so that we can so that you can connect with your highest, most abundant, most empowered self. And then from that place, we can scale and grow her. From that place, she builds her empire. So it's a different analogy. Michelle talks a lot about the butterfly analogy.
Mhm.
I don't know if you want to share that briefly because I think it's so perfect for what this process is. Yeah, sure.
I love it so much. I put it on my
Visual.
book. Yeah. Which part of it? There's so many things I could say about this, but like
Yeah, just like
we're all born. Sorry,
go,
I
no,
asked you
that's
a
it.
question. I
Go,
just kept talking.
go. I love it.
We're all born actually
Yeah.
as the caterpillar, but inside of this caterpillar, when it turns into mush, and this is proven, it's in the cells of this is this
Yeah.
butterfly. So
Yeah.
I love that because inside of you, we all come here as humans with this my belief, take it or leave it. You do not have to believe in this, but we do. I believe we have a soul and the soul has a mission. Yes, we could do many different things, but oftentimes it takes others to actually see us because we are in the way. We have this ego mind. It gets in the way. We get distracted. We feel small. We feel not enough. We have fear. But when others around you can see who you truly are, which is your butterfly, it
Mm.
helps you to become exactly that. But we do
Mm.
go through this mush phase to become again. And what I realized is too, we do it over and over and over again. It's kind of like we were talking about before with Dr. Christie. You become and then you burn it down and then you become bigger and then you turn it, and it's this constant throughout your entire life, this burning down and becoming and burning down and becoming. And having others around you to help see, ooh, I see you, what about this? And it's like something I know, even working with these two and other people, when someone says to you, I know, Cherie, you would say this too, but when you're with others and they can see something inside you or feel it, have you thought
Mm.
about this? Have you considered that? And it will resonate. Your soul will be like, yes, finally, you see me. How do we do that? Right. So that's the power of this group. But yes, that's that butterfly example that I love. That's why I put it on the front cover of my book. This
I
is what
love
we do
it.
as humans over and
Wow.
over again.
It's so true. It's such a perfect analogy. And so I want to create some space to actually talk about the mastermind because I know we got 15 minutes left in the call. And so I want to honor that. So I want to share about the mastermind. How do you know if you're a good fit for it and it's a good fit for you? What does it look like to apply? Like I said at the top of the call, we've got a third of our spots already taken before we even opened up publicly. So this is our official doors are open. We're here. We're excited. We have one group kicking off in August, and this is it for the next 12 months. So doors close for this particular opportunity after the group fills. We've got 12 spots total for this mastermind. And it's about being in the energy of the three of us to help you create your empire. I'm gonna, Michelle, thank you for putting that link in there too. It is an application process. We've opened up our calendars over the next week to take calls with women who are interested in applying. Michelle, Jessica, who wants to take it away and talk about the group, what you get, what's included? You probably both will, but who wants to share? Jess, you want to share? If you want to
Yeah, yeah,
come on, yeah,
yeah.
let's do it.
So over the course of the 12 months, it'll be a combination of Elise, Michelle, and myself that will lead calls monthly. We have three luxurious, incredible retreats that you get to also attend. I believe one of those is in December,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
December,
Yep. That's right.
April, and then in June. And we haven't yet determined where those are going to be, but it's going to be luxurious. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be expansive. It's going to be more than you can imagine. And then we also will have a WhatsApp where we will be communicating and giving feedback in between calls. And we'll be here to support you along the way. And I can't wait. It's gonna be so exciting.
Did you mention our weekly calls?
Yes,
Oh,
every
sorry.
month. Every month. I didn't explain the weekly
Okay.
calls. So each week, one of us will be leading one of the calls.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a I'll speak to the flow and then Michelle, I'd love to turn it to you for anything you want to add.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
it really is about, to me, it's like it's a vortex, it's a portal
Mm-hmm.
where we feel like we have been divinely assigned to help take whoever these 12 women are who we're meant to serve in this next year to
Yeah.
help you, number one, cast the biggest vision possible for your life. That's, again, we all do all of this work in a different way. So it's not
Mm-hmm.
boxed in like only Jessica does this, only Elyse does this, only Michelle does. So there's flow and overlap, but we each have our own kind of specialty area
Yeah.
that we work on. And so there's 3 group calls a month. The calls, I lead the first one. And so that one is about vision casting. It's about helping you connect with your highest, most expansive, most abundant vision. We
Mm-hmm.
do wealth energetics, money work on that call as well to help you really open up to receive as much as possible in your business or your sales. You don't have to be an entrepreneur. You don't have to have a business to be in this group, but we find a lot of the women either are or want to be as well. And so we really connect with highest and best vision for your life on our calls. And then the call that Michelle leads is like the most profound clearing, stripping away of anything that no longer serves work. She can get in there and do the deep work fast and like nobody else on the planet,
Mm-hmm.
I think, to help you clear and strip away what's not going to serve in the vision of that. So you've got your vision, it's unlimited, we're connected with it. Now Michelle's going to help you see what would, if you've ever had something where it's like, gosh, I have this vision, I see myself on stages, I see myself launching this business, I see myself as a multimillionaire, but why is it not happening? Michelle's going to
Mm-hmm.
help you strip away what's getting in the way of that. And then on Jessica's call, which is the third call of the month, she's going to help you actually embody it. Something that I think is beautiful about Jessica is she is so good at helping you strip away excuses and be like, no, we're doing this now, which I love about you. She's also going to help you. Again, like I said earlier, I think one of the things that she does most powerfully is hold up a mirror so you can see yourself as the version of you who actually has that vision accomplished and help you start showing up as her, dressing as her, speaking as her, embodying her now. So that's the collective flow of the energy. That's the journey. To me, it's like the caterpillar butterfly effect that we want to take you through. And again, you could be right now in a place where it's like top of the mountain. You've had more success than you've ever had in your life. And you're like, huh, what's next? What's
Yeah.
that next evolution? Or maybe you felt lost, stuck, like you've been struggling for a while, like you don't know what's next. And you're like, you know what? I know there's a butterfly in there somewhere for me. I don't quite know what it looks like. You don't need to know. We'll help you find it. Michelle, anything, I know we want to talk about how women can book calls, how they can apply, what the bonuses are for those getting involved this time, but anything you would add to what I just shared?
No, well, the only thing I would say, I guess, is that it's such a beautiful flow because, again, the beginning of the month, they're with you, and it's like the ceiling is elevated. The expansion is happening, and then when the fear bubbles up, and all the parts are like,
Yeah.
not me, what that, and all the whatever comes up, we excavate that out. So, and then we hit the home run at the end with Jessica comes in and says, okay, now we're going to embody it. So after you've been cleared, this is
Yeah.
when Jessica comes in. So we did this the first 6 months with our last group. It was
Yeah.
beautiful. And we're going to keep doing it like this. And those 3 live events, I just wanted to point out the first 2 events are just your group, just the group that joins this
Mhm.
next cohort. And then the third one, we open it up to the public, and you guys are going to be joining us on
Mhm.
stage.
I love
Yes.
this part.
So,
It-
yeah, so we're really, really excited about this next cohort because It's going to be a really, really deep dive into finding who the next evolution, who are you now? And
Yeah.
again, the butterfly happens many times in your lifetime, but we are ready for you to come in and let us help you to find that next version of you that's ready to come out.
May I share something real quick?
Yeah.
I just thought of something, a way to really describe this well for the women who are considering, who have never been in our space before. What's so cool about this experience is that it's so immersive. I know
Mhm.
so many women that that are coached, right? They're in different spaces, and maybe like simultaneously, or they have been working with a certain coach for a number of months, and now they're like ready to go into learning more with their marketing or that type of thing. The really cool thing about being immersed with the three of us in these very unique and special ways simultaneously, it speeds up the process.
Mm.
And we've even had the opportunity, with our first cohort, to witness how fast. It's like, the way that I describe it, and I know Cherie, you always talk about this as well. The gradually, 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 and then suddenly. And it's like
Mhm.
the piece that for the third call of the month, once you get to me, like you have played in feminine, you are like flowing, you're like Gumby, right? And then you get to me, and there's this beautiful tension in the middle of the feminine and the masculine. And it's this sweet spot, and and some people find it like this uncomfortable place, but it's my magic place, and I love to
Mhm.
hold you in that space of then taking that feminine in with you into the 3D in full creation of everything you are ready to now step into with
Mhm.
that vision. And it's just so beautiful because we get the opportunity with you to go into almost like this dissension, right? In order to then ascend to a higher level. And I
Mhm.
know even our mastermind, our first cohort, after we went through 6 months, we were like, oh, we're at the beginning again. And then we
Mhm.
realized it was a new beginning, and
Mhm.
we were stepping in at a higher level, and they were stepping in with us at this higher level. And so it's beautiful. I can't wait to jump into this next cohort.
Love it. I love it. So if this is speaking to you, the empiremastermind.com is where you go to apply. That's right. Michelle, is that where the application
Mhm.
link
Yep.
is? Okay,
Yep.
beautiful. So again, we're capping it at 12. We have 4 spots taken already. We have 8 spots left. First come, first serve for application calls. All right. So get in there, fill out the application. We have opened up our calendars for the next week to take calls. And then I think we're closed. So get in
Yeah.
there, book a call. We kick off in August.
Mhm.
The call is it's a exploratory call, right? We're going to talk to you about your vision, your goals, but we are really looking for women who are committed, where success is a non-negotiable, where they know they need to be in rooms and spaces that are going to help them grow and expand dramatically. And so if that's you, and if this is speaking to you, and if you're unavailable to not have your empire built by the end of the year, next 12 months, then this is the group for you. This is the room for you. We take women who are serious. We take women who are committed. We take women who are available to show up for themselves, to do the work, to stretch, to get uncomfortable, but who also are claiming their vision at the highest level. All right. We're excited to chat with many of you. It's going to be so good. Trust your gut. You don't need to know the how. The biggest thing I want to tell you is you don't need to know the how. Does it expand you? Does the highest version of you do something like this? Yes, then apply. That's what I got to say. We're here to help you quantum leap.